Welcome to the Conscious Creative Podcast, your weekly dose of soul-to-soul conversation that will have you saying peace out to your 9 to 5 to explore in your sacred calling. The topics center around conscious business and interviews with the folks who started them. We'll be exploring the art of being human and what it takes to live your life fully expressed and financially free. I'm Christina Gomes, and I went from high-paying job as a psychotherapist to leaving it all behind for my desire to travel the world playing my original music, to becoming the CEO and soulpreneur founder of freeyourcreativity.org, where I help visionary leaders create the businesses of their wildest dreams. If you have a sacred calling, stick around. My prayer is that you become the permission slip for the collective as you hear the soul-inspiring stories that call you forth into creative action. Let's get to the soul. Hello, I'm your founder, Christina Gomes. I'm here to help you to craft a high-value offer, to share a potent message, and to market yourself online with a whole lot of heart, a little bit of mischief, and a whole lot of magic, really. I'm so excited for today's topic because I know that marketing can be a sore subject for many of you. Many of you maybe feel like you're battling with your marketing, and for good reason why. I'm going to share with you today how to feel like a pro in your marketing, how to have heart-centered content that attracts clients on repeat and attracts not just any client, but a client that is resonating with you and what your skills of transformation can actually provide for someone. So today's lesson is going to be super, super potent. I would love for you to take out your notebook, take out your favorite pen, because we're going to dive into some real juicy details. I'm going to break down some concepts for you that maybe have confused you or maybe have slowed you down, or maybe that you're wasting your time doing some marketing to do tasks and you are not seeing results, you're not seeing clients, you're not seeing engagement in your posts. And this might be having you feel just like you're on some kind of content hamster wheel, and that is no fun. We didn't leave the rat race to be on a hamster wheel. We want to be our fully expressed selves. We want to serve in our gifts. We want to work with the kinds of clients that pay in full, that come to our discovery calls, ready to work not just with anyone, but to work with you specifically. So this is why marketing is so necessary to your offering and to your business. And you may have been doing it in a way or have been taught ways that are not aligning with you and who you are as a soul-led leader, as someone that is heart-centered, as someone that really truly wants to help. And so today's lesson is going to be so important for you to really settle in, be in tune, and receive this as a transmission. If you can kind of relax your shoulders and open your heart to receive this as a transmission, I truly want to help you to attract soul-aligned clients. I want to help you to craft an offer and share a message, yes, but the lesson that I'm going to give today is going to help you to attract people with your marketing, with what you're saying online and offline. So I'm going to break down some marketing misconceptions for you today. We're going to talk about strategy versus tactics. We're going to talk about marketing versus messaging. We're going to talk about social media versus content. And we're going to talk about doing tasks and going through the motions versus becoming a soul-led leader with a high value offer. That is a lot to break down, but I'm going to do it in such an organized fashion that you're really going to leave here today knowing how to market yourself in a way that feels good for you and actually works to attract soul-aligned clients, clients that are ready to buy, clients that are ready to invest, clients that are resonating with you, your gifts, and your special blend of magic, mischief, and messaging, really, and your special blend of medicine that you provide for the world and the people that you work with. All right, so another reason why this lesson is so, so important today is I know how hard it is to be able to feel like you're ready to venture off into your own thing. You're ready to have something that is completely your own and trust that it's all going to work out. I know how hard it is to leave the 9 to 5. I did that a few times. I have left my job as a psychotherapist, a well paying job, a well paying and well meaning job, because there was something more burning inside of me that wanted to be expressed. There was something that was truly my own, coming from my creative center, a creative calling, if you will. This is what I call a sacred calling, also can be a creative calling. I truly believe that your creativity, your desires are spirit speaking through you. And so if you have a creative calling, if you have a desire, if you have something that you're here to bring forth into the world, we get to. You really get to. And today's lesson is going to help you to feel like you can go pro with that. You can leave the soul sucking job, or maybe your job isn't even soul sucking. Mine was not soul sucking. My job as a psychotherapist felt really amazing. I felt like I was providing a lot of value for the world, but there was something missing. And that something missing was me being able to choose my own hours, me being able to take my business and my offering around the world and have time freedom and location freedom and mind freedom. When you're working for someone else, their mind is what matters. What their vision is what matters. But to us, to you and I, to visionary leaders, your vision is what matters to me. What you desire to create in your life matters more than what your last coach told you to do in order to market yourself. And I'm really going to help you today to market yourself in a way that you get enough clients, you receive enough clients, and are able to master your craft so that you feel very comfortable to trust in the mystery of entrepreneurship, because it doesn't matter what level you're on, creating your first 2K, going for your first 6 figures, creating your $1 million, wherever you are in your business, in order to feel safe that you can do this, you get to master your craft. And this type of the offerings and the transmissions I'm going to give you today are going to help you not to just market yourself once and like make a big cash injection. Like, what I'm going to help you to do is create a sustainable practice and rhythmic revenue in your business so that you are in business for the long game. And you're working with clients that value you as you offer them an amazing quality of service. That is really what I'm all about. And what I value is your visions and you having a quality of service that you're really proud and confident to continue to offer the world. Okay. So knowing what I know now, I would have been attracting high paying clients and joy to work with clients a lot sooner. So today will help you to go from feeling like a hobbyist, trying to piece together high revenue months on free downloads, free checklists, free guides, and to being the guide that people seek out to work with. That's how the way that I teach marketing is different from what you've learned in your last self-paced course or your last bro marketer guru guy. And I'm going to share with you a way and a methodology and principles and help you to shift on a soul level that you become the guide that people seek out. What pro marketing is not is a lot of things. And it might really surprise you what pro marketing is not. So I want to share with you what pro marketing is and what pro marketing is not. And let's start with what it is not so that you can stop wasting your time on the marketing tasks that you think are going to work or that you've seen or that you seem to, when we reverse engineer things, like I know you're wise enough to go out there and see what other people are doing, but what you're not in is in the back of their businesses. And so I am in the behind the scenes of many successful businesses as their business coach. And I'm seeing what works for soul-led leaders and people who have a heart-centered way about them. And it's not these marketing tactics. It's not tactics at all. So pro marketing is not tactics. And we're going to get in the difference between marketing tactics and strategy in just a minute, soul aligned strategy. But pro marketing is also not your brand colors, I want to tell you. It's not your fonts. It's not how lovely your Instagram feed looks. Now, I do pay attention to that for sure as a triple Libra, but I definitely care about beauty. Like, I understand also that my Instagram account is a transmission, just like my background here is a transmission. Like this is intentional. Like this is intentional in my house. It already looks like that because I'm intentional about where I place things. So I visualize and look at social media a little bit different than most people do. And this is why I do so well and my clients do so well when I teach them these marketing principles that are much more soul aligned. So pro marketing is not your brand and font colors or how lovely your Instagram feed is. However, if you like to pay a little bit attention to that, that is fine. But pro marketing is not that. So if you have focused all your intention and awareness and money and invested a lot in brand design and you're still not making the high 5-figure revenue months or attracting clients that are a joy to work with, then stay tuned because while it is certainly a part of what I do in the world, I know it's not what attracts soul aligned clients alone. My branding actually looked like a total craft project. The first year that I replaced my income as a psychotherapist. So the first year that I replaced my income as a psychotherapist, I think 3 or 4 years ago, the whole setup looked like a craft project for real. So this is how I know that you can still attract a lot of clients without investing a lot of money in a web developer or branding design. And actually you want to do some things first and have some things in place first before you invest money in that. Otherwise you're kind of, again, on the content hamster wheel and not enough clients to actually feel comfortable to leave the 9 to 5 or to make this your full-time gig. Maybe you have a side gig, maybe you're doing a done for you service, but you want to create a high value offer, a coaching program or a package of sessions, a package of healing sessions or sessions with you that people can really feel transformed when they move through your program. So you do not need branding or fancy fonts, your own like specially designed fonts to attract those people. And to be honest, my first 6-figure year, I still wasn't happy with my font colors and all of that. It still isn't what I have now, which will expand and grow and deepen as I expand and grow and deepen. So I'm going to help you today to focus on something that actually works. So pro marketing is also not how you look either. I remember my friend signed up for one of those MLMs a long time ago. And not that I'm knocking MLMs, it's just what she was taught when she started to work for this company and sell their products was they really focused on her getting a whole new wardrobe. And I remember her, like us going shopping because she wanted a more professional wardrobe. And me with my tattoos and my piercings and like curly wild hair, I was like, dang, like, oh, I don't want to be a part of a world where my tattooed like deep brown expression is not considered professional. And so I've always looked however I wanted to look. And of course, again, coming back to I am intentional with what I put in my body, the crystals that I work with, I love fashion. That's not what I'm talking about. You don't have to not care about your appearance if you care and care about yourself and care about your appearance. And it's not the things like what I'm trying to say is a professional appearance is however you show up as a pro. So I'm going to get into what is really pro and what is not pro. So it kind of disturbs me to think that like how you want to show up isn't enough. And really, if you look at my Instagram feed, if you look at the content I'm putting out, I'm barely wearing clothes and I make 6 figures a year. And this has been a $30,000 month. So it can't be right that you need to look like have shoulder pads and business needs to look a certain way. I've worked with people who are highly expressive. I remember one of my first high value offers, I worked with this sound healer who wore this big signature flower in her hair, like huge, like cartoonish huge. And she was asking the question of like, hey, yeah, I've been told like I should look more professional. And I was like, who in the fractal is shooting on you like that? And wouldn't it make much more sense that the people that are soul aligned to work with you, that are resonating with you and what your special gifts are actually going to find your expression uh, like attractive. They're going to actually be magnetized, yes, by the words you use and what I'm going to speak to you about in just a moment. They're going to be attracted by pro marketing strategies here that I'm going to share, but actually who you are, who you naturally are, how you naturally express yourself is going to be what attracts people that are soul aligned to work with you, that are resonating with you. And so it's best that you sink into more of who you are and find the means to express that. Find the marketing avenues, and I'm going to talk about some of them today, that allow you to be your most naturally expressed self and express yourself in the way that has you rising out of bed and like sharing your message and wanting to create content rather than trying to fit yourself in some cookie cutter strategy that isn't meant for you. For example, I was coaching one of my clients this morning, and she was realizing that she wanted to simply share her voice without needing to dress up or without needing to even like care what she looks like, and have her voice be the thing that brings her message forward. That's amazing. I have a podcast. I also do live video. I love sharing my style as well. I love it both. But if you love it, I love it for you. And what's going to help you to share your message is the thing is the modality of content. And don't worry, if it's not making sense right now, it is what I'm talking about today. So stay tuned. But what I want to express now and transmit to you now is that what has you feeling like you want to show up and share your message and share your gifts and share your wares? What has you feeling, the kind of content that has you feeling like lit up and like in your natural expression is not only going to help you stay consistent, but it is the thing that's going to attract people to you. It is the point of attraction. You are the point of attraction. You are the secret sauce in your soul-led business. All right, great. So also social media has pro marketing has nothing to do with social media. Nothing. Okay. I swear. And I know you might be like, what? Like this might be mind blowing. Pro marketing has nothing to do with social media. And I'm going to break down for you why. And as someone who markets herself predominantly on social media, I want you to know that it isn't what makes me pro. It isn't what sells my offers. So what actually does? All right, let's talk about what actually does. So we're going to talk about first strategy versus tactics. Having a well thought out strategy that aligns with who you are and allows you to be consistently visible to the clients you know you can help is more pro than the marketing hacks and tactics that you might have been taught were strategy. This is wrong. This is a misconception. And people who are like, there are some people who position themselves as marketing experts that aren't, that are regurgitating outdated methods of marketing. And that's unfortunate. But lucky, you have resonated yourself here, you have found yourself here. And so we are going to break down these misconceptions. Some tactics people try in the beginning, or they've been taught by newbie marketers presenting themselves as experienced marketers. Some tactics people try in the beginning center around growing your audience only. And so a lot of my people get lost in the numbers game, and you might be getting lost in the numbers game, whether or not your post is being liked or whether or not your posts are growing your audience. And this is like putting a big giant force field up between you and the clients that you could be serving. So focusing on follower count and it going up and down, focusing on engagement only. Of course, we want engagement, and the principles I teach in the Conscious Creative Business Immersion and specifically in the messaging module do help you to get more engagement and have your posts do better in the algorithm. But if that's what you're trying to do, if that's your intention on social media, it's like putting a big force field up between you and your soul aligned clients, the people that you could be serving sooner than you think. So this may be a process, but one of the main things, one of the major things and very helpful things that I do with my clients is helping them to refocus their energy on pro marketing strategies that work and let go of the marketing tactics like cold DMing people or following people just so that they'll follow you back, just so that you can gain a number in your follower count. It's all very shady and really not lighting you up, I'm sure, if you've been taught these things or are practicing these things. So the cold DMing strategy, it boggles my mind, and I've talked about it a lot in these transmissions because I still get messages all the time that are like, "Hey, buy my thing! Hey, buy my thing!" And it's like they're not even researching me as a human, like to know that what they're selling me is what I actually am an expert in. And I have coaches and mentors, and I talk about them a lot. So it's like if you really want to have me as a client, and that's what you're going for, then like connect with me soul to soul, connect with me human to human. And so say you were going to you were dating, you're a person who dates people, okay? And maybe you are, maybe you found your partner, but at one point you dated people, right? Imagine somebody asked you to marry them on the first go. Like what? Like imagine somebody came to a first date and asked you to marry them. Like you would think they were absolute nutso. So marketing in a professional way is adding value. So your values, letting people know what you value is one way. Adding valuable content to the marketplace, people that content pieces, writing, educational videos, masterclasses that actually give value to people completely for free without expecting anything in return. This is actually what the professionals are doing. This is what me and the professionals and people making six figures and millions of dollars in a soul aligned way, people who don't burn out, this is what we're doing. So this is what you can do. And when you're focused too much on tactics of like following and unfollowing people or going into the comments of somebody, I've heard this and I used to do this because I heard it and I was like, oh, I guess it works if this person's doing it, and going into the comments of somebody who has a bigger following than you and commenting with the intention of snaking clients, like, or snaking audience members and followers, like it's the intent behind it. I actually have made comments on other people's posts and have gotten people that have followed me, but that wasn't my intention of commenting. I don't like block out anymore some time on my calendar to just go snaking followers or like trying to get followers. Believe me, if your message is on point and is attractive, then you will naturally gain followers. So hashtags, there's debate whether they work or not, but all what I'm trying to say is that these are tactics, and I don't actually pay any attention to them anymore. Any. And the less attention that I pay to those kind of things, to growth tactics and hacks, the more energy and expansive time I have to ideate, to vision, to come up with or receive my next level idea for a masterclass or a live video or a piece of content or something that actually works to bring people into my offers. And this is how me and my clients attract high paying clients and are able to live our sacred calling full time because we're making enough revenue, making way more revenue than we were in our 9 to 5s, because we're not wasting our time with tactics. Follow, unfollow, like that's gross. And yeah, all sorts of things that are fake. So you're real, I'm real, and you want to do this in an authentic, real way. And so this is why your message is truly important in your marketing and why your strategy needs to have your message at the forefront. So a strategy is not a tactic. And I'll give you my strategy. I'll give you a glimpse into my strategy. My strategy has always been to add value, share my values, and add valuable pieces of content, masterclasses, posts, like written posts, reels, whatever they come in. And we're going to talk about the different kinds in a second, but I just don't overthink it. I just know that I'm going to share things that are of value. I'm going to try different types of ways and see what works. But it's more important what you're saying, because you can share 100 reels, but if they're not saying anything that's fun, or fun or meaningful, or that works to land in the heart of your dream client and invites them to buy, if they're not resonating with you and your message and your gifts and your magic, then they are going to unfollow, because they're not there for the right reasons. They're not there to learn and grow with you. They were there because of a transactional kind of energy. So like that follow, unfollow kind of energy, like that's transactional, and eventually it's going to lead to nowhere. Transactional kind of, I made a post, where's my client? That's going to lead to frustration. That's going to lead to contraction. And that's not the expansive energy that's going to have you downloading, receiving, upgrading your presence and who you're being, which we're going to get to in principle number 4. Okay, but strategy is really where you are being visible and where you are talking about your offer in ways that resonate with the right people, the ones who are going to love working with you and come credit card in hand to your calls. So strategy is not a one size fits all. This is why I created the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, because it's a deep and intimate program where I'm going to co-create your strategy with you. I'm going to teach you some and show you some options, but because I'm in your corner, really, because I'm guiding you personally, then you won't get stuck in the mistakes that many new entrepreneurs make, trying to do all these things and feeling just like contracted and constricted and not their most creatively expressed self, because they're going with a strategy that isn't aligned. And so I have something to sell, and so I sell it in ways that are soulful, aligned. I talk about my offers very beautifully, and then I never have to convince anyone or chase people down. They are coming to me because I have this locked down. And I teach you exactly how to create your sales journey, your strategy, where you want to show up, in what way, so that you're not overwhelmed with the possibility and then taking only mediocre, minimal action. You're going to know how you desire to share your message, and your message is the moneymaker. We're going to talk about this right now, but you're going to know after the Conscious Creative Business Immersion exactly how you personally want to attract your soul aligned clients. And it could be different than your neighbors, different than what I'm doing, different than what you saw your friend do, because you get to really do this in a way. There are a million ways to make $1 million, and in order for it to feel sustainable and like you want to show up every day, every ding dang day, people are like, why, how do you show up so ding dang day? How are you so prolific? How do you share a message online every day? It's because I love what I get to do. I love sharing my voice in this way. I love working with clients and the kinds of clients that resonate with my message. I just love every aspect of my business. I really do. And the things that I didn't love in the beginning, I either learned to love or now I have delegated them out. And so you are not going to know what you love and don't love until you try something. So you just get to be curious right now about what is the strategy that is going to align with you and work to attract clients consistently. What is the strategy that is going to align, have you feeling like you want to wake up and apply your strategy? I call them rituals. Actually create your rituals and be in ritual relationship with the things that you produce and create in your business that actually attract clients too, that work. We're not doing all these things for you to, at the end of the month, have no new clients. Everything that we apply in your business, every ritual, every message, every content piece, acts as like little trust tokens in the bank. And this is how your bank account grows. Your actual bank account grows as well. But it's not so transactional with one token leads to one client. You just want to fill up that piggy bank so that at the end of the month, you look at that and somebody has reached out to you and said, hey, I love what you've got going on. How do I work with you? How, like, what do you have to sell me? Like, this happens in my world to my clients where they're not having to feel so salesy, being like, flash sale, $20 off, $100 off. Like, yeah, we can include those pricing strategies into your business if you want to, but your business isn't built on sales, like discounts. Your business is built on pro marketing. So that is amateur marketing, discounting your offers. And pro marketing is this messaging. So I want to talk a little bit about the difference between marketing and messaging. But first, I want to remind you that the Conscious Creative Business Immersion applications are open now, but only they're closed this week. So if you're thinking about desiring a space where you can actually co-create with somebody who has your best interests at heart and wants to see you rise in the vision that you want to create for your life and feel deeply and intimately supported. We have weekly live coaching and bonus coaching calls and just like so many beautiful opportunities to be deeply met and get feed forward and creative feedback on your pieces of content and on your message and on every asset needed to be able to attract clients in a steady stream, in a flow, create a wait list, have an overflow of clients, have so much money in clients that you don't even know what to do with it, that you actually get to put some of them on a wait list. That sounds fun because it can happen sooner than you think by applying these principles and then applying for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. So let's talk about marketing versus messaging and why you get to have both, okay? Your message is what I call the moneymaker. Your message is what attracts your most resonant clients. Because resonance means that they are not only vibing with your offer, but they are vibing with your particular blend of magic and medicine, the way that you offer your offer, the words that you speak, the tone of your voice, the presence as you share, your confidence, who you are being. I'm going to talk about that in Principle 4, so stay tuned. But your message is an extension, gets to be an extension of who you are being. So let's talk about marketing for a moment. Now, imagine being in a crowded marketplace in Morocco where I believe marketing was invented. Definitely bartering was invented there, where people would come and trade their wares for, it'd be like a meeting place, the marketplace, their wares, and trade for wares from around the world. And this is how bartering came to be. This is how money came into existence. Okay. So money has always been one human trading for another thing that it was of value. And so now we trade money, which represents what we value, in trade for facilitators' time, presence, tools, awareness. So your most resonant clients are going to gladly trade money for your time, presence, tools, awareness, and your program, and the transformation that is available to them inside and after, and for eons after your program. That's how well designed your program gets to be, especially if you join the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. That's why I focus on offer crafting, packaging, and positioning, because it is your offer that has people, your messaging comes from your offer and not the other way around. Like if you are creating a message without having clarity on your offer, then your message might be cool and it might even be magnetic, but if it doesn't lead to the offer, then that's amateur marketing. And so we will be creating through strategy a message that leads to your offer without overthinking it. The coaching I gave my client this morning was she was thinking that she had to overthink her message in order for it to work. And what I want to transmit to you and what I was coaching her around is that overthinking is optional. And so we got down to where the overthinking is coming from, because you can solve an overthinking problem by trying to share a new message or getting on a different platform where algorithms don't exist. But If the problem is overthinking, then we get to solve for that problem. So if you're overthinking your content and overthinking your message, then we get to solve for that problem. And inside the Conscious Creative Business Immersion and working with me helps you to understand the principles to a place where you embody those principles so that you're sharing content without overthinking. I'm not thinking right now. I am channeling. And if you want to have a channeled message, if you want to be able to show up rooted in your worth and in your value and what your offer is designed to help people move through, then you can apply for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, because this is the process that I take you through in my signature Create method. Hey there, visionary leader. If you're resonating with this message, I'd like to invite you into your next level life and business. Enrollment has begun for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. This is my signature group container to help you design an offer so delicious, so juicy, so based on your soul gifts that you are thrilled to invite your soulmate clients inside of it. I'm going to teach you how to promote this offer with a ton of heart and to sell out this offer with ease to meet your revenue goals. I would love to have you inside if you are a visionary leader who knows that they are great at what they do. You'd like to collapse the timeline on how long it takes to reach consistent income with an offer that you truly love. Go to the link in the show notes to apply for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. I will be sitting with your application individually, and I will send an email to let you know if you've been accepted in a few days after application. Thank you for trusting me with your vision, and I can't wait to see what we co-create. But imagine now this marketplace in Morocco, okay? A crowded marketplace, a literal crowded marketplace. I've been there. That's why I can picture it so beautifully. And the whole marketplace is olives, 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 olives. It's like a marketplace full of the same thing at every other booth. So when you come to a marketplace like that and everybody has the same is selling the same thing, what is the differentiating piece? Why do I buy this human's olives every time I go to the market versus this human's olives every time I go to the market? That is messaging. This person connects with me through their message. This person sees me, the olives that I buy every week. They have a lovely conversation with me. They add value to me and my life, not just with their olives, but with their message and the conversation that we have before I even buy their olives. Is that making sense? Put olives in the comments if that's like totally blowing your mind right now. When I share this with my private clients and my clients in the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, they usually like eyes bug out of their head, realizing that it gets to be simpler than we've made it out to be. You just get to connect with your most resonant and ready to invest clients through your message. And the marketplace is where you take your message. So yes, you're taking your wares, you're taking your gifts, but in order for someone to want your olives, your program, your offer, they get to be connected to what you're all about. So your message includes your mission. Your message includes your personality, your story, and the words you say to connect people to your offering. So your message is nuanced. So it's not enough to have marketing tactics. It's not enough to market yourself if you don't have a message that's aligned, that's embodied, and that leads to your offer. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wow, this is actually a lot. This is not, if it's not something that you're already practicing, then it can feel like a lot. But I want to ensure you that actually I have developed the most simple extraction methods for you to have your message out in front of you and then kind of and read it and embodied. So it's like you embody your message is already with you. And you just may not have clarified it. You may be saying things that you may be wasting your words and your energy saying things that you think is your message that is not, because you're like talking about maybe the features of your offer, or you're talking about things that are not going to lead your offer, or you're talking about somebody else, you're sharing somebody else's message and regurgitate it. And a lot of people do this when they're just starting out because they don't realize that what they have to say is the most important thing. And so this is the process that I take you through in my Magnetic Mastery of Your Message program and module that comes inside of the Create method, that comes inside of the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. I'm going to equip you with the skills, but I'm also going to hold space for you as you kind of like integrate this message and be able to practice, have a place to practice sharing it where you get creative feed forward, where you can see if it's clear or not. I'm going to help you to express a message that is clear, but that also feels like it's an extension of who you are being. So we're going to get to being in the fourth principle. So stay with me. So I want to see what the comments are doing, if there's anything going on. Pavlina says, I want to live in expansion. Amazing. What are you willing? Where are you willing to place yourself? What room are you willing to immerse yourself in? Who are you willing to work with in order to live in expansion? Because downloading free checklists is not the most powerful energy. And so if we want to live and be an expansive energy, then we get to go first. If we're going to ask people to invest in our programs, are you investing in yourself, in your business, in your programs, in your expansion? So that is pretty cool. So let's get into social media versus content. So social media is simply a platform. This is why marketing has nothing to do with social media. And while I market myself predominantly on social media, I also have a podcast. I also go on other people's podcasts. I also have attracted clients in a coffee shop. I've also met people in person, invited them on a discovery call, told them about shared my message, shared my offer in detail, and they wanted it. Shared my message in a way that invites people to jump in and not in a way that confuses them. So this is why social media is not marketing, and social media is also not content. So what is social media? Social media is simply a platform to amplify your message. That's why your message is so important. Your message comes before social media, because once you get your message embodied, and remember, your message comes from your offering. So backing it up, once you get your offer packaged and positioned, once you get your offer clarified, once you have your high value offer clarified, what you want to express to your people, how you want to hold space for your people, like clarified in your mind and heart, and also then the message, the packaging and the positioning in the message, that is what you market. That is what you bring forth to the marketplace that sells your offer without you feeling like a salesperson, without having to discount or having a flash sale or feel like you're convincing people. So social media has nothing to do with any of that. Social media is simply a platform to amplify your message, because there's so many people that are on social media that have the opportunity to follow you, to get on your email list, to join you in a free masterclass. And so when you share your message on social media, you're casting a wider net, but with a strategy. I would help you to develop a strategy that brings people, like, a funnel, a channel, I like to call it, because you are the channel, channeling people closer to your heart of your business, which is their offer. So not everybody wants your offer, and that's okay. We got to stop speaking to people who are never, ever going to resonate with your offer. And that might be the mistake you're making with your message. We want to share to people who are already resonating and ready to invest. So if you've been creating content on a hamster wheel, probably your message is off. So you might be creating content. You might be creating a lot of content. You might know where you're sharing your content. And social media might be the platform that you're sharing your content on. But is your message and your offer packaged and positioned and developed and crafted in a way that people want. They're magnetized, they're attractive. So if you've been creating content on a hamster wheel, I can probably, I can't make any assumptions until I am with you, co-creating with you, diagnosing what is leaking in your business. So I can't necessarily say for sure that why people are not buying from you is because of your message, but it's probably your message. Like, come on a discovery call with me and share with me some of the things and your visions and some of the things that you are expressing to your people, and we can kind of see what is off. But when I do an audit of someone's business, when I have a visionary leadership call with people, I see that they are sharing a lot of content, but it doesn't have a strategy, and there isn't a clear message, and they're not even clear on the offer that they want to offer to people. This is okay. This is fine, but you might be in this place because you've been taught marketing is the thing, learn sales, learn marketing, and you will have a business. And while marketing and sales is what determines the success of your business, what determines more is what are you saying to market and what are you offering to make a sale. What are you saying, which is your message, and what are you offering to make a sale? So this is what we focus on in the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, because this is what matters to the sustainability of your offering, so that you're not just offering your offer once and maybe some people want it, but you are now creating consistent clients, wait lists of clients, an overflow of clients, many more clients than you thought you had capacity to work with, which we're going to talk about now. I just want to make sure that I got everything with social media versus content. Like, if you're stuck on which platform to use and how to use it and what kind of content gets the most reach, we run the risk, when you're focused on that, we run the risk of diluting the potency of your message. So I want you to focus on your offering, the clarity of it, and your message, and the magnetic pieces of it. So in the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, I teach you 6 ways to write content that is magnetic and converts to clients without you like having to overthink the process. I give you the formula that you get to run your natural creative energy through. And I give you the creative feedback so that you're not standing in a field with a scroll trying to sell to the trees. Like, we will have a strategy, a social media content strategy, if social media is the place you want to share your message. But if it's not, there are other options. There are other options. Okay. And then you get to use social media as like a cross promotion. But I don't want you to worry about that right yet, because we don't get into that until module 4 of my create method for a reason. We start to amplify your message and grow your audience only after we've extracted the high value offer and deepened your message so that it makes sense. So that when you go to bring it to the market, that it makes sense, right? Okay. So for example, with the kinds of content that you create, I create reels, I create stories, I have a podcast. All of these places are serving as a means to share my message. It's not my message. It's types of content, but it's still not even as deep as we go in the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, where you're going to be able to cycle through my legacy content with my legacy content tracker and write the kinds of posts and share the kinds of messages and create the kind of live videos that have people feeling like you are their go-to guide. You become a like non-negotiable in people's lives, where they're not going like, oh yeah, like I would love to have your program, but like I have to like also buy this magazine, or like I actually have to work with someone else first, or I need to do these other things first, where they're just like, soup, this is the answer to my prayers. You have an offer that becomes the answer to people's prayers. in only 3 months of the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. So remember to apply because this is the last week to apply. And I am not serving this offer up again until fall. So the entire summer, usually I host it 3 times a year. I'm only hosting this offer 2 times a year. So if you're thinking like, wait a minute, I should wait till I have created this many clients, or I should wait till this, or I should wait till I feel ready. No, that's not the vibe. Waiting is not the vibe because you're going to be waiting forever, because ready is not a feeling. Ready is a choice that you make. Ready is a choice that you make to immerse yourself in the room that is going to equip you with what you need to market yourself effectively and to place your offer into the hands of the people you're most meant to serve, and be able to do that month after month. That is the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. There's no other offer out there like it, and it is the only thing you need. It is the business immersion that you need if you want to attract clients consistently, and you want to raise your price, and you want to have a more nourishing price point, and you want to actually serve higher paying clients. You don't want people coming to your discovery calls going like, whatever, like, I can't afford this. Holy shit, that's a lot of money. I didn't expect it to be like that much money. Like, no, we're not speaking to people who are looking for cheap. We're speaking to people who desire a transformation. And I will teach you exactly how to share a message that lets people know you're here to do the work that you are assigned to do. Okay? So now let's talk about going through the marketing motions versus becoming a high value guide with the resonant energy of someone who can truly lead. So maybe you haven't led so many clients, or maybe you're a leader, but you haven't led people through your program yet. You are still in the exact right place to apply for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, to craft a high value message and craft the offering that's going to place you on the international map of sought after guides. You are in the exact right place because you just get to choose. Okay, I haven't guided that many clients, but I want to. I want to master my craft. I want to be the leader. So thinking about becoming the leader someday is not powerful energy. It's not a powerful investment. It's not a powerful investment of your time, because thinking is taking up your time. So we want to have you in action mode. We want to have you in application mode. So applying for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion puts you in application mode, but not just receiving more information. So you've received a lot of information today that hopefully you will apply to your business. You'll stop with the marketing tactics. You'll stop not having a strategy, and you'll start to apply soul-based strategies to your business that have you feel great. And you'll start to share your message with more conviction towards your offer. And all of that is a process. We're not going to be able to do that from one informational transmission. So I want to help you right now to become a little closer to the high value guide that could, because you can. But if you're thinking about the someday where you're going to put an offer like mine on your credit card and actually go through the lessons and actually apply the lessons and create content, share a message, be visible, tell people about your offer, actually do that. Do the things with care, with leadership, and lead people from stranger on the internet, or stranger in a coffee shop, or stranger at a networking event into all up inside your offer. You actually can become that first. You become a high value guide first through your energy, through your resonant energy. So your resonant energy is your harmonious energy, and your harmonious energy is already the truth of who you are. So you are already a high value guide. You are already in your divine existence, a human who is here for a mission, for a purpose. So you are already that. And so in the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, and right now even, start to see what is the thoughts that block you from experiencing your high value-ness. What are the thoughts? So when you hear a thought of like, who's going to buy this. That is not coming from your core center, your creative center, as I like to call it. That is coming from someone else, from the collective, from society, from something someone said to you. It's coming from your doubt. It's coming from your doubt, which is not the truth of who you are. The truth of who you are is more closely resembling your holy desire. I like to say our desires are the truth of who we are. And that goes against what I was taught at the foot of a monk in a yoga lineage. I was actually taught to like repress desires, repress sexuality, repress, like that, don't have any desires. And as I went through the yoga lineage, the kind of dogmatic yoga lineage that I had found myself in, I realized that this was not how I wanted to creatively express myself. I wanted my sexual energy, which is also creative energy, which is sacred energy, to be naturally expressed in the world in a way that felt aligned with how I wanted to show up. So whenever you're hearing thoughts of doubt, I'm guaranteed they're coming from outside sources or like and it's been internalized. So some of these thoughts and voices, they've been internalized, but they're not your own. If the voice that you're hearing is not of a holy desire, does not expand you, does not say to you, get on your throne, sit up tall, open your heart, speak your truth. Yes, it's scary, but we got this. We can do hard things. We got this. I'm here. I'm present. I'm in my knowing. I might be sweating. I might be nervous. I might feel in the moment that I'm not going to make it through, but you always do make it through. Look at the history. You always make it through. You've always had your own back. You're just not recognizing yourself as the high value guide that you already are. So I hope that transmission helps for you to sit on your throne, fix your crooked crown, and start talking about your offers like someone who cares, because you care. I know you care. Otherwise, those doubting voices wouldn't come, because those doubting voices are actually also caring voices. They're trying to keep you safe from the scary thing that we think is scary. But if you're in the place where comfortability is now scarier and more uncomfortable than you going out and offering your offers to more people, then let's go. You're in the right place. Like, I am not willing to be comfortable in my bed anymore. I'm going to do the hard thing. I'm going to do the uncomfortable thing. I'm going to place myself in the room where I feel small so that I can let the people around me rise me. So, for example, I will be going to Bali to be in a room of 100 and something entrepreneurs for an entire month. Now, this actually frightens me. It is very comfortable to sit here and do my weekly lives and attract people in the ways that I've been attracting people for over 3 years now. And what is uncomfortable is, and something that is a mystery and something that is unknown, is me now going to this creative incubator to finish my book and to start sharing my book, which actually is not about business building. And so for me, it's something different. It's something new. It's the great mystery. And so whenever we're on the edge of something that matters to us, that is meaningful to our lives, it's not going to feel comfortable. This doesn't feel comfortable to me. And yet I'm doing it. And yet I know it's right. And yet it will rise me. And so if it feels uncomfortable to invest large amounts of money in your business development and in your business, but you know it's the right thing, you know that you want to be supported deeply, you don't want to waste. Let's think about how much money you waste on low-cost courses, which I did in the beginning. I probably spent $20,000 in different kinds of courses, and low-cost courses that never painted the whole picture. And then I was in like 20 different guides' energy fields, and I still, I still spent $20,000. When now I'm in a program that's $20,000, $25,000 for 9 months, and I'm working with one person who knows me. So my program is not that yet, while it's valued at $50,000, because you're going to know exactly how to make double that. And you're going to know exactly how to make double that, whether you apply that knowledge or not, or however long it takes for you to kind of unfold into the different components of running a successful six-figure business. We're not in a rush. We're not coming from a sense of urgency. It doesn't have to happen this year, but you will know exactly how to make it happen with more space, with sustainability, time freedom, location freedom, mental freedom baked into your business. You are becoming someone who has the capacity to work with people who pay great amounts of money to co-create with you. And that might be the process. So you might not even need all four of these principles. You may have one down pat. You may be sharing content, or you might have a strategy that feels great for you. But guaranteed, there's something of these four principles that I shared today that is most resonating with you. And this is just a little bit of what I cover inside the 3 whole months of the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. So this is the last week to apply. So I want to ask you, what are you waiting for? Yeah? I'm hearing thanks for this transmission. Amazing. I'm so happy you're resonating. This is really great. Resonant energy is that of someone who dives into themselves on a regular to emerge and bring forth what they have found. This is why you get to go deep. This is why we're not just making money, we're making deep money. And my program, Deep Money, comes inside as a bonus inside the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, because it will take you emerging to the depths of what you thought attracted clients, what you thought made sustainable high revenue months, what you thought a business was, and actually unraveling into who you want to be in business. So I'm able to adjust and even predict some of the common pitfalls that soul-led leaders fall into because I have gone first. Yes, my coaching now is based on mastery of my craft as I'm mastering my craft. So mastery isn't one program. Mastery isn't even the 6 iterations of my program of the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. Mastery means that I am committed to this, to the craft of coaching, to the craft of guidance, to the craft of becoming high value, meaning not what you charge. I'm not talking about high ticket. And maybe this is another versus high ticket versus high value. High ticket versus high value. Anybody can slap a high price tag on any offer, but to have a quality of service means that you get to go first. You experience what a quality of service is from the inside out by joining the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, but also you craft your offer with high value in mind, with standards in mind, with who you want to work with in mind, with wanting to work with people who show up, value your transmissions, meet you in the price point that allows you to activate the lessons. I mean, imagine this is a free lesson. Imagine what we're going to be able to do together in 3 months when I know you personally, when I know your business by heart, when I know your mission, when I know what it is that you want to bring forth, when I'm intimately in tune with your vision. And so what I want you to do, even if you're not ready to apply for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, is I want you to unravel your vision. I want you to sit for a moment in silence after this call, and I want you to vision the life that you truly desire. See it happening in your mind's eye. I guarantee it's not you hustling for followers on Instagram. It might more closely resemble you standing in a Zoom room or in a crowd, teaching and offering and holding space and sharing and divulging and conversing and being in communion with your own medicine and message and mission, and also being in communion with your clients in the circle that you create that is your high value offer. So in the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, it is 3 months dedicated to you creating, launching, and selling your high value offer. in a way that attracts joy to work with soul aligned clients without you feeling like you need to convince anyone, without you needing to grow your audience by the thousands first, you'll be able to sign a high value client definitely by the 3 months is complete. You will have your offer crafted. You will know exactly how to position it in front of clients that are resonating with your message, potential clients, soul aligned clients, clients that gladly show up to your discovery calls and go like, I'm in, take my money. How do I work with you? That is a feeling like nothing else. When you know that this person, that you get to play a small part in this person's development and transformation, healing, growth, whatever it is that you do, your work in the world. And it's also a special moment when you get to leave the crummy job or let go of the side gig because your words, your work, your sacred calling, your creative calling is at the heart of you and at the heart of what you do. And it's rippling out into all that you create. And it's such an amazing feeling. So if you want that feeling, I'm here for you. I'm your girl. Let me see if you have any questions. And if we have no questions, I will answer one question that gets asked often. And that is, so what is the difference between a mentorship program and like a course? A course is just not the vibe that we're going for when you want to be personally and in-depth guided, when you want to be met in your challenges, when you want to be heard and seen. And in order for you to attract clients, you get to move through any visibility blocks, which are about you being heard and seen. So by you being heard and seen in the coaching container that I create, this also will ripple into your content and into your marketing and messaging and sales conversations, which is all the different components of a business, so that you are naturally doing what you say, living the life that you say you want. You're naturally being a high value guide, sharing a message, attracting clients. Yes. So this is why I like mentorship versus a course, because a course you're going to learn. Like you learned a lot today. And in the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, you're also going to get to share. And then there's going to be more to work with. There's going to be more juice, more heart there. There's going to be more for me to coach on and guide around because I'm going to get to know you personally and deeply. Pavlina asks if I use plant medicine. Well, of course, yeah. And I want to ask you, what is the intention of this question? Because like sometimes, or I had a friend rather ask, like, what's the one thing? What's the one thing that made you who you are today? And it's like, this question aggravates the shit out of me because I am not one thing. I am a multidimensional human who has had many, many experiences in my 39 years on this planet Earth and many, many past lives that I have been able to tap into a few of them to see like, wow, like how many experiences have I had in like lifetimes as a soul on a soul journey that have brought me to this place now. And so plant medicine is just one piece, one aspect of what has made me who I am. And more importantly is integration from those plant medicines because alternate states of consciousness can cause psychosis. If you're not integrated and already doing some foundational body work and somatics that helps you be in the present and in the body. Any kind of work that takes you out of the body, it is not my favorite kind of work. Now I did go straight to like, get me to the higher dimensions. Like I want, get me all these, give me the drugs. Like what's going to heal me? Like just snort, ingest, like whatever is going to heal me. And I would go to these ceremonies with that intention of like, I need to heal me. And it just wasn't the best intention. And so now I work with plants in a very sacred way. I have my tinctures here. This is saffron. This is chatamansi. So it's like plants are all around. Plants are all around me. And I work with this is ormus. This is pink lotus. Like, yes, I work with plant medicine. And so what I want to divulge to you is plant medicine isn't like, go to an ayahuasca ceremony, especially without any pre-preparation or plan to integrate. Plant medicine is plants and you communing to them. So you can work with plants in a very subtle way where you can sit by a flower and chill out with it and like ask it a question. You can I actually sat with rape recently, which is tobacco, working with plant medicine in that way, but this is not a consistent practice of mine. I can't really speak to consistent practice with rape, but I was utilizing it the other day. But the medicine that really came when I sat with tobacco was I connected with the tree across the lake and asked for a message. And if you can trust you, if you can trust what you're experiencing and seeing and integrate that into your body, feel it on a felt experience of like, wow, this tree is talking to me, and not like gaslight yourself into like, that's not real. Like, you're just going to have more potential to be able to receive also different messages that want to move through you. So you become the channel for your message. And that's next level stuff. It's not really what we were talking about here today, but you can become the channel for your message. And these formulas that I have are like the training wheels. Like they kind of remove the blocks and kind of like teach you how to receive the message and how to then cultivate the message. So you can receive a message and an idea, but to cultivate the words that are going to bring that message or idea forward is also a skill. And it's a skill that I've acquired, and it's a skill that I teach on in the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. So the long answer is yes. Totally on that plant medicine vibe, and more before I even sat with any plants was yoga, because a body-based somatic movement practice is going to help the plants to have a place to land and like work with your natural health to assimilate into your body. Amazing. All right. If there's no other questions, I'm going to see you so soon. I'm going to see you hopefully in the applications. I read over your applications deeply and personally, and I can't wait to hear about your vision. I'll then invite you on a visionary leadership call, and you'll get the chance to share your vision with me, which once I hear your vision, I'm in your corner. Like, I believe in you. I think about you. I send you loving vibes. I want you to succeed. You having a ripple effect and being the change in the world that you are looking to create. Like, this is aligned with my mission. It's a beautiful way to live life, is to have a higher calling, have a creative calling, and enact it in the world. So I'm living this every day, and I can't wait to help you live the same. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.